We're partying.
What's happening? It's your favorite shaman. I'm in your man, Copus Millenni, here with my lovely co-host.
Hi, guys. It's Erica. How are ya?
And we got our friend Travis Clyburn inside the house. His house.
Yay! Yeah, we're at Travis's tonight.
The Wall of the Fourth.
We've been the traveling podcast since we started this thing, huh, Erica? We've recorded in quite a few different places, but hopefully we found a home for a while. We really love Travis. He's such a fucking likable, nice guy.
I love Travis. I love coming here, even though it's cold. Okay, let me just tell you guys. I know that you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, you're bitching. You live in Southern California," but for us, it's really cold and rainy. And I love coming here just because the energy's good, the vibe's good. It's a good person.
It makes me really happy. Yeah, 'cause I just try to make this place as fun as possible because it's being an open micer most of the time. It fucking sucks.
Can you tell me something disturbing about you, Travis, that would make me not like you?
Ooh.
Yeah, I probably nothing.
I used to be horribly addicted to painkillers.
Oh, well, that's not
That doesn't
bad.
make me not like you.
Oh, well, when you're addicted to painkillers.
What was the worst thing you ever did during
Yeah.
that addiction? Like, what did your addiction cause you to do?
I
Steal from your mom or something?
Except for my grandfather.
Okay, I've done that too.
And
Wow.
that's hard, especially because he has the pain pills. That's how you get the pain pills. They give old people mag lights full of fucking pain pills to take, and then of course you start taking them. Literally just, and it's one of those things where my dad even found out that I was figured out. I put pieces together that I was taking those pills in particular.
Uh-huh.
And then he
What
just
were
thought
they?
I was
What kind?
selling them. They were hydrocodone 10s.
Okay.
Oh, those
That's some
aren't
good
even.
shit.
That's not.
Those
The
are- yeah.
no, those are the weekies.
You know what's weird though? Percocets don't do shit for me. I know that sounds so strange, but I only get a head high from Vicodin and Vicodin Light.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that is, because I wasn't chasing the numbness. I was chasing that head high.
Oh, do you like?
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay,
I know what you're
so
talking
when I
about.
take pain pills, it makes
I
me
like
like
the
I
head
get
high, the
speedy.
hydrocortisone
Like I could
too.
go on. I could never go to
Me
bed.
too. I would. I was in the best shape of my life when I was addicted to pain pills because
Yeah.
I was fucking. I would take them and I would run 10 miles a day.
Really?
And I'd lift and do the whole fucking deal. I
That's a
got to like
bizarre
a cut
combo.
215.
So you and I have the same reaction to them because
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, okay, I can clean up. I'm gonna do this. I
Yeah, 'cause
got all
it's-
kind of different things,
yeah.
ideas, projects. I'll dig through
yeah.
the drawer. I don't know. It's
Do you know
like
what a lot of
I
people
didn't-
think it is because of that? Like certain types of depression is because you lack. I can't remember the name of the chemical, but when you take the painkillers and stuff, it adds that fucking chemical to your body that most people just naturally have.
Okay.
And so it's like people who have that chemical, they take it and then they are just tired and they go to sleep or they just feel numb and content.
So then, if it was kind of helping, why'd you stop doing them?
Because they got. I mean, it just got. Nothing pleasurable cannot turn into pain after a while. That pleasurable. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And then it turns into a fucking nightmare of because then to the point where I had to take so many just to chase the dragon.
Yeah.
That you.
Okay.
I would just like be talking to people and be like, I'll be right back. Go and throw up, take some more, and then fucking.
Oh,
more.
that's a bad
man.
addiction.
It got bad,
yeah.
man. Yeah, it got pretty heavy.
Right, because then you can't feel it. You don't even know, like, it's making you get the pukes and all that part, but you're not getting the high in here, the part you want.
Yeah,
you don't care about the sleep part.
And even if I've taken them since, because it was about 4 years ago, I still don't get the head high anymore. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like it's gone.
Really?
It's like it's gone forever. It's like one of those things where.
Like Quaaludes, there's no more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
R.I.P. Quaaludes.
I wonder if there's anything like that for me that I've done so much that's just not enjoyable anymore. Gambling's kind of like that. I feel like I'm definitely going to lose every time I go.
And that's
I
that
go
placebo
and
high,
Erica
right?
does well. And I just like to watch her like gamble,
It's our money anyway.
but I just perpetually lose. I know I'm going to
Wow.
lose walking into there.
I find money on the floor in the casino and win money.
Gambling, I never had, of all my addictive personality issues, I gambled literally one time.
Yeah.
I went to, my brother was stationed, he's in the Air Force in Shreveport, Louisiana. We went to a gambling casino.
The ones on the
Or,
water?
sorry,
Slots and
hotel
stuff?
casino. Yeah. And I just did a slot machine. That's all I did. I lost $20 in 4 seconds and went, I'm out. And then I never.
Never did it again.
It made me so upset. The first fucking pull, all the money I was intending on even attempting to spend was gone.
I think I like peaked when I
That's
was like 7. I got a scratcher. I won $100 on it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That was where I peaked on
Yeah.
gambling. Ever since, it just never has been as
It's
good.
good to know that you peaked, though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Well, that is. I don't gamble much, or I don't gamble ever because I've like my whole career is a gamble.
Right.
Literally, the thing I've dedicated my entire adult life to, and some of my teens, is just a crapshoot.
Yeah, you better like save all the luck for like one
Yes.
game, right?
It's like I don't want to even think about wasting any of whatever like built up karmic luck I have
Yeah.
on a fucking lottery ticket. That'll probably only get me like $100.
Were you a popular teen at school in Dayton?
You know what? My school was so small that there were popular kids. They were the only kids that, like, they were the upper middle class kids. Like, we didn't have rich kids
Yeah.
because my hometown was so poor. Like, we just had in the upper middle class kids.
Aren't you
they
from
just
Dayton,
were-
Ohio, though? Sorry to interrupt you.
New Lebanon, technically. So it's like it was
Oh.
a small town outside of Dayton.
Okay.
A tiny little shithole farming town, which is why I have a bit of a redneck accent, even though I'm from Ohio.
So what's an upper middle class person look like in your old neighborhood?
They have they probably got like a 2-story house,
Yeah.
like 4-bedroom kind of thing.
Couple of cars, maybe a SUV.
Definitely an SUV, and then definitely another car, and they had enough money to
Go on vacation.
especially go on vacation, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went on vacation once when I was a kid at 13. Those are the moments that. So that's upper middle. Yeah, every summer they go on a vacation. That's an upper middle class kid to me.
Sure. So you had one vacation. Did you have both parents growing up?
I did. My parents got divorced when I was 23, so all my childhood.
You're like
happened.
Erica. She had an
Yeah,
adult divorce
I had
too.
an adult divorce.
Those fucking suck ass.
They're the worst, right?
Because then they can. I like.
Oh.
Were your parents together when?
No, my dad was in prison when I was like 3.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, that's
Dude, we
But
don't know where he
then-
is
that's
now.
an aggressive divorce.
Yeah, that was an
That's a
aggressive
forced
divorce. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
I met him when I was 30, and I met him one time in the physical.
Wow.
And then he got this like fracking job and was telling me about these hookers he was banging and stuff. And then
Wow.
he like just ghosted me, or he went back to prison. Probably went back to
Oh,
prison.
back to prison. Well, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, that's his
I mean, especially,
pattern.
and that's also you spend that long in prison, like that's.
He loved it. He told me a little bit like how he ran that bitch. He thought he was a real like fucking
Wow.
dude.
Did
in
your
prison.
did your mom ever you ever bring home any stepdads kind of thing?
I got a stepdad now. He's been in my
Yeah.
life since I was a teen, so he's like
Well, that's
my
cool.
real dad, sort of.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
he is my real dad. I just call him my stepdad for the purposes of
Or explanation.
explanation. Yeah,
Ken's
Sure.
stepdad, Mark, is really a really good stepdad. He's
He is a
really,
great man.
He treats Ken
That's
like
cool.
his own son.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, some people, yeah, their dad disappears or whatever, and they never, or they get the mini stepdads. You know,
I had a couple of those too
the
before.
mom's boyfriends kind of thing.
Yeah, like one guy, he was a drug dealer.
Damn.
And yeah, he was like El Salvadorian drug dealer.
Oh fuck.
He was like my first step, like father figure kind of guy.
Right,
Bought
right.
me like the Nintendo with like the Power Glove and shit.
Oh nice.
Then
You
took
had
it
the Power
away
Glove?
when like my mom got in a fight with him.
Right.
I came back and stole my shit.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
But yeah, so there's a couple of dorks that followed that guy.
Right.
And then my mom found this dude from Alaska that came out here to be a rock star, who just happened to be like my aunt's neighbor.
Yeah.
And like my aunt was trying to fuck him, but she had like a boyfriend, and
Yeah.
then my mom just kind of went in there and locked it down.
Locked it down. Stole it from her sister.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
It's pretty much what happened.
So Travis, you
Shout
went
out to
through.
Aunt Sissy. You lost.
So
Second place.
you went through an adult divorce. What? Tell me, or I mean, do you want to talk about it? I
of course,
really
yeah.
want to. I
I'm
don't
pretty
know a
open
lot
to it.
of people that went through an adult divorce, so this is
Not
nice.
a lot of people do. Yeah. No. Most parents. Well, my parents should have gotten a divorce when I was a kid.
Yeah, mine too.
Because they most of my childhood memories are just lots and lots of yelling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's what happens. It's like if they're getting an adult divorce, they got a divorce the year after my little brother moved or went into the military. Or no, actually, when he went into the military.
Right.
So in other
now
words,
all their kids are grown,
the youngest brother, the youngest kid is gone. I was gone, and then empty nest syndrome, that whole thing.
Similar to our situation. So we were gone, and my youngest brother said he was gonna propose to his now wife, and then the next day, my mom told us she was leaving my dad after 34 years of marriage, and
that's such
that
a long
was a
fucking time.
Fucking shock. And they can tell you all their business when you're an adult. That's the part that's
the worst
worse.
fucking part. Is that it's
you start to make sense of like everything that happened inside the past, and you're like, oh, now I can see this structure of lies that I was living within, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's because it's like I think I was smart enough as a kid a bit to kind of like just remember the things they would say that were inconsistent.
Yeah.
And then the moment they got a divorce, and then like each of them are being like frank and candid for the first time, then you're getting like the real shit, and you're like, oh wow, you guys are fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like my mom wouldn't tell us anything. She was like, I'm not going to discuss that with you. I'm not discussing that with you. But my dad would tell us everything.
Yeah,
like I know what alimony is. I understand that you have to sell it. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I don't want to talk to you about this. Like, it was really upsetting.
Yeah, I guess it's hard not to I don't know, try to confide in your kids and stuff like that when like they're an adult and you're an adult and stuff.
Yeah,
because more of a friend relationship at some point.
Right.
How do you feel about marriage now? How did that affect you?
No, absolutely not. Logically, I know, I never cared for marriage because I just think it's an archaic system of, you know what I mean? Like it's like.
What about the tax break though?
I mean, fair enough.
That's like the only good thing about it. When people are reasonable about marriage, they're like, yeah, you could get the tax break. Women like the actual wedding engagement.
The ceremony of
the
it all.
ceremony,
right?
Yeah.
Is that are you into that?
So I don't ever want children ever.
That's fair.
And unless I have millions of dollars and I could adopt some or something, but I'm over 40 and I'm fine. I've done a lot in my life. But with the marriage part, I want to have like the event. I want the dress. I want the pictures. I want to invite
pageantry, right? I feel like all women without any or without any ability really to control it are attracted to the pageantry of it.
Yeah, that's what I like.
It is nice, and even in my own mind, even as a guy, sometimes I'm like, that just seems nice, like it does. Like the act of it is kind of nice. Like,
I've never been married before.
The idea of it, but also I don't think, and I'm a bit of anti-establishment. I don't think the government should tell me when I'm allowed to stop fucking that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's essentially what marriage is in a way. It's like, hey, you have to pay us and a bunch of other people a shit ton of money if you want to not be together anymore.
I've been divorced.
But please tell me about that too, because it sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it is a nightmare. I got it out of the way when I was young. I was 23. I didn't own shit. So it was easy to get divorced. How long were you
married to? Or
I was married for like 9 months.
Is it too long to get an annulment?
Yeah. So we
it's
got
6 months, right? Annulment.
Yeah.
Right?
So we got a real divorce.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy. She filed a restraining order against me. She had the sister talking in her ear, and
that's the worst, man.
I had to get real conniving with her, like signing like the divorce, like doing the paperwork.
Wow. Because
she wanted to delay it and move to Mexico. It was a fucking mess, dude. Took a few years off my life for sure.
Dude, yeah, there's certain things that, especially relationships, I feel like, and like I've never been through anything the extreme of what you went through, because you just had to financially the burden I can't imagine, but because I was engaged though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When I was from 18, 19, I lived with this girl because I'm from small town Ohio. That's what you do. You shack up as young as possible, and you find one that's pretty and it seems nice, and then you just be like, I'm keeping you forever. But yeah, like that relationship took a decade off my life. You know what I mean? Like, things like that will, and I'm sure you've.
Was it a bad breakup?
Yeah, she cheated on me. The whole fucking deal, dude. It was.
Oh, is that what prompted the breakup? The cheating?
Yeah, and we were living together too.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty
and you're
bad.
young. You got those like real emotions too.
Yeah, man. I think about that sometimes too. It's like, part of me wishes I could still feel just in any feelings that I felt to the degree I did when I was young, like that. You know what I mean? Like because it's like you go through so much that it's just like I don't have the energy to feel this strongly about.
It's weird. I feel strongly for Erica. Like I feel like we have like some innocent kind of love thing going on.
That's really nice.
So
Special.
for me,
But I didn't think that was ever gonna happen. Like when I met her, it wasn't like, oh yeah, this is wifey material. We're gonna like end up getting married someday.
Oh my
It
God.
was
I was like drinking a bottle of vodka a day. And I had been sniffing like meth to be skinny because I came out of like a crazy relationship with someone that I was never skinny enough for. That was a taxi cab driver. You were a taxi cab driver. You were a taxi cab driver. Shame on you. Well, you know who you are. And telling me that I'm not perfect enough. You're a taxi cab driver.
It's so weird the people that will have those
registering right now.
standards.
That is registering in my brain right now. And I'm on air. And fuck you.
That's so funny.
Wow. What a piece of shit that person
It's
is.
weird the people
sorry.
that no.
It's just like
The
registering.
entitlement of certain people in relationships where it's like I want my women to be like this, and it's just like, well, you're that.
right.
Yeah, and
know,
a
it's-
degenerate gambler. And like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
like that's most people I think have no real true understanding of self-awareness.
Yes, most people
Most
are
people.
delusional, and
My goodness, especially in this city. Good Lord.
absolutely, yeah.
That'll take a toll on you in itself.
I've only
Yeah.
lived in this city or various parts of Los Angeles or Ventura County, so I've only been around delusional people my entire life. I don't
goddamn.
even know what it's like to be around people that
Right.
kind of got a sense of good judgment.
It's not. I don't know. The down to earth people are more. It's interesting because everyone has a sense of entitlement in a way. But
Yeah.
it's like middle of the country people don't have a I deserve all these things entitlement. They have a behavioral entitlement. So that's why they're uber religious.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So it's almost like I'll
Right.
live life like this, and if you don't live like this, you burn in hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they're
Okay.
like
so
that.
it's the same type of people, but just steered into such a different direction that it doesn't come across in most people's eyes as being as bad.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's worse.
I think it's worse too.
I
I've
don't like
actually
that
encountered those
kind of
people.
people.
and
I've been around churches.
I've encountered those people on my journeys, and they'd wait in line or they'd come in just to tell me I'm going to burn in hell.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
I
What?
don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it is. It is.
It's like get a
weird.
life and shit.
And
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you
they'd
don't have
write
other
me-
things to do.
they'd like
Yeah.
write me letters, tell me I'm burning in hell.
Look into it too. It's like, come on. There's like so many
People worse than me.
religions out there that have crossover. Like you just
Oh,
think
I
you
love that
you
stuff.
got it. You got it like nailed in. You understand the way the world was created, and now you're here to share it all with your infinite wisdom. It's insane that people really think they got it.
I love there's this guy I went to school with. He was homeschooled. So I'm 16, and I started I really got into the study of religion just because I started to believe that none of it was real. And he said, well, Christianity is the oldest religion in the world. And I was like, wait, first off, your guy had to exist and die to even be a religion. I was like,
Yeah.
technically there were Jews before you.
Right.
Okay?
Oh.
And then I was like, also, Zoroastrians. He had no idea what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. It's the old. It still exists today. It's I believe only 10,000 people have this religion, but it's the oldest religion that we can tell exists, like dated back to like Sumerians and shit like that.
Sure.
And it's been
Oh,
around.
really?
And if you look into it, it is the silliest shit you've ever heard. But some of it just rings through into other religions.
What is it called again?
Zoroastrians.
I gotta look into that one. I do know that
I know
the
what I'm
Christian
looking up
calendar
on
was built
YouTube.
on paganism.
Oh yeah. Oh
Which-
dude, especially Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know the breakdown.
I know Krampus,
Krampus. Oh, the German.
the naughty
the German
boy,
goat devil.
the German
So
goat
metal.
devil that went to
Yes,
spank everybody
they really
in the
are.
street.
Dude, everything about German culture, I'm like, that's the most metal shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, it's all so hardcore.
Isn't
You know,
that
like-
paganism though? Krampus
Krampus, yeah, well, it's
and Lupercalia and all that.
It's Nordic because
No, she mixed. We were in a cult.
Oh, yeah,
where,
we were in
where
a
this
cult that they
woman
celebrate
mixed
all
a lot of
That's
different
right.
religions, and I think Erica was under the impression there was all paganism. No, it was just a jumble fuck of different crazy shit.
No, so we
Yeah.
worshipped everything.
and pagan is a generalized Christian term for
Everything hedonistic.
yes, in multiple god religions. So they just say that's pagan. This is pagan.
Right, multiple
It's
gods.
technically
There's like Greek and Roman
insulting.
versions of it, and
Yeah, it's almost a slur. It's like how now Mormons don't want to be called Mormons.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
like LDS.
Yeah. When it's just
Shout
like,
out to
because
Seth.
everything's a bit of a slur. But oh yeah, what up, Seth? I forgot you were a Mormon for a minute there. He's such a nice guy. You know, I'll say this about Mormon people. I think obviously most religion, any religion, is batshit fucking crazy. That's just me.
Right.
But every Mormon I've ever met is the nicest fucking person I've
They
ever
seem
met.
like they got something right.
That's what I think about
know.
them too. I
That's
have
their-
not one bad experience with the Mormon. I have
I've
not
nev-
one.
Yeah,
Not one.
I've never been like, wow, that Mormon guy was a fucking asshole. Like,
Me
never.
neither.
And when you listen
Me
to
neither.
their organizational skills of their community, because
Yeah.
we went into it with Seth, they have amazing organizational skills. Very
my God, yeah.
egalitarian, like
Dude.
where
And their communities and families seem so tight.
yes,
They are.
It's really nice. It's almost like, man, I wish I grew up in a house like that. Maybe I'd be more well balanced.
I definitely
know?
would be more well balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Seth's got. How old is Seth?
I don't know how old Seth
I don't
is.
know how old
he is
I think
either.
he's younger. He's probably
think-
around your age.
So I was thinking. I thought he was, late 20s, early 30s.
He has 3
Yeah.
kids. He has a wife.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, motherfucker is together. Like,
He
it's
graduated
crazy.
law
Oh,
school.
yeah. He knows how to pick him. He's got a wife that like supports him. Like that's amazing. 3 kids and a husband, and he's out doing comedy every night. Like
Wow,
Yeah.
Seth won the lottery over there.
killing it. Your Mormons are fucking killing it. I'm proud of you. Stop knocking on any doors, but killing it. You guys
They
are
got a
killing
lot
it.
of political power too. You know, if you want to join like a powerful cult, that's a good one
Yeah.
to join because
What
they
cult
have.
did you guys join?
My first one.
Oh, that's right. You got the joke about joining 2 cults. That's right.
The first one was AA, and if anyone that says that's not a cult,
Yeah, no, you're right.
you haven't been deep enough. I mean, there's a sponsorship system. There's like
Yeah.
the Pacific group that where you have to wear a suit. There's just
Wow.
there was I was part of a group called the Step Nazis. That's
I've heard of that.
yeah.
I've heard that's pretty bananas.
It's pretty bananas. So there's different sects of
Wow.
AA, and I ran the gamut in that world, and then I met Erica at a sex cult.
Yeah, we were at a
the
sex
Dr.
cult.
Susan
Whoa.
Block Institute.
That sounds so vaguely familiar.
It's
Was
here in
it-
Los Angeles.
That's probably how I know it.
She used to have an HBO show.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what did she?
She's
It's
a
horrible.
She's
I had
a
a really-
pseudo celebrity sex therapist that.
Wow.
Do you know
She has
Dr.
delusions of
Christopher
grandeur.
Ryan?
Christopher Ryan, no.
Sex at Dawn. She
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've
yeah,
heard
the
that.
dude who wrote that. I heard of her because he had her on his podcast, and she basically finds a way to keep herself relevant in the idea of
Right.
sex. And she's wrote a book called Bonobo Way, which
Bonobo
is
Way.
like, our closest primates, chimpanzees and bonobos, or a bonobo is a
Oh, yeah.
chimpanzee, and
That monkey.
bonobos treat conflict through sex instead of violence. So that was the whole concept.
know why?
Like
'Cause
we
they're
should
monkeys.
masturbate and fuck more and not
I mean-
shoot each other, which sounds great in principle.
But that's also such a
Basic.
yes, yeah. That's such a base level thought because it's just like, well, yeah, but you still have to deal with these issues because it's like sex. More sex would make everyone better. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right.
You, know,
You can't be like, I'm shutting down the government. All right, let's all just fuck, and then afterwards
Yeah.
we'll put the
You
government
know,
back
yeah,
up.
you know what'll fucking fix this if Pelosi and Trump just start jerking it and just start going to town. On
That's
each other.
what she
yeah,
thinks.
that's
That's
what she
what-
thinks.
Yeah.
I
Which
was
is
so
crazy.
And I thought that for a couple of months. That's why I'm saying I'm stupid enough to like
To
join a cult,
yeah.
but then I figure out, oh fuck, I'm a dummy. I shouldn't have
Well,
joined this
I
cult.
was
At
in
least
such
you
a
fucking figure it out, dude.
know
I
it
was in
sucks,
such a
though.
bad place. I had to beg them to let me in. They wouldn't even let me in.
Really?
Like I begged for like 2 months for them to let me
Why-
there,
why
but
didn't they- why
because
didn't
I
they-
was a porn star. They didn't want me in
Isn't
there.
that the definition of what they want?
No, she didn't want someone that was like more famous than her, like being involved.
And they broke me really bad mentally. Like they mentally abused me really badly.
That's your totalitarian leadership.
Well, they fired me, and
stuff.
it
That's
was
what they
like
to
just
do.
nuts.
What's your
Travis.
weirdest sexual experience, Travis?
A devil's threesome. That's about as weird as I've gotten so far.
I've done one of
What's a
those.
devil's threesome?
2 dudes, 1 girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. I already. You know what? I'm serious. No, I've
That's what they call the devil's threesome.
well, no, because like being like
No one's enjoying it.
It's not a good time. You're just all drunk.
well, 'cause, no, I've done it on film, like for movies,
Yeah.
and I didn't like it then. So I don't personally care for it, but some girls like it. I'm just
wasn't-
saying, like for me, I didn't like
I
it.
wasn't a fan. Well, I mean, it was
'cause
fun
you have-
in the
you could have poopy
moments.
butthole.
Did you have sex with a couple?
Yes, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because I could tell as when the acts were finished,
Yeah.
and we were all kind of wrapping it up. Which, by the way, a lot easier to wrap up a sexual experience with just you and another person.
Yeah.
And when the third person's there, it's all like you kind of go. So are we done?
Is everything okay?
Everyone's done. Everyone's done. Okay.
Yeah.
But like, it just I felt like the guy was just a little weirded out that I had sex with his girlfriend.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like it was almost like an odd moment of an invitation, just like, so, huh? Like it was one of those things. But
Yeah.
and I think they had done it before, but for whatever reason, it felt awkward. Like maybe I was
It
just
is
reading
awkward.
into it, and we were all sobering up because it's like it's done. You know,
Right.
you burn through the alcohol,
yeah,
the calories.
alcohol.
And
yeah.
then you're like, you're kind of like,
You're like, am I sleeping over?
I was like,
or
"Shut it."
do I gotta leave?
I fucked right off.
Okay.
I chugged a beer. Went, I'm good. Great stuff. Should we shake or?
Oh yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah.
I've never done 2 guys and one time I did at home, but it's because this stupid guy I was dating was like made me do it, and me and the other guy, neither of us wanted to do it, and we were sniffing
I think
cocaine.
it sounds worse than a reluctant threesome.
Yeah, it was, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just do it because he's telling me that he wants to do it, and then the poor guy that was there too, like his buddy, he didn't want to do it either, and like after me and the other guy were like, yeah, sorry about that. I was like, sorry about that, and he's like, I'm sorry too,
It's
Erica.
the worst feeling.
And I'm
it
like,
would
it's
be.
okay, don't worry about it. It's like, you're not mad, are you? I'm like, no, it's all right, but that was weird. But 2 girls and 1 guy is probably
You've never done that?
better thing
So
for you,
I have
Travis.
done the devil threesome. So
You've done the devil threesome?
In that case, I pulled that move because I had poor communication skills and I wanted to get out of a relationship. So we would do it, and I'd be like, "Oh, but you had sex with my buddy too, so we're not like really together. Like you're cool, you're my friend, but we're not in a relationship,
Right?
Because you're having sex with other dudes. So you gotta understand that's my rule. And then we're out of the relationship, and I was like, oof, I was an asshole.
Oh wow.
Fair enough. Hey, I get it, man. I mean, that, sometimes you got to.
You got to figure out, somehow
exit
to grease
strategy,
your way out of this situation, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
Got to
what
be
I did.
calculated. Calculation is key in certain situations.
Yeah, and then I knew a guy who his girlfriend always wanted to have an angel's threesome. Let's call it that.
An angel threesome?
Which
with
is
two
2 girls.
girls.
Yeah. So they did it, and he was like, it was amazing, but she was so upset with him for fucking her friend, and I'm like, but
Really?
it was her. She wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to bring the friend, and like it ended the relationship. And I was, and the people that I did it with, they only were dating for like 2 months after it, and like I never really talked to him that much after that. I don't think.
I
was
never
that
had
reason?
like that kind of threesome with a girlfriend. I've only had that kind of threesome with a couple of girls that were down, but never like a girlfriend.
It's not because I don't want to do it. It's just because I don't know. I don't have any girlfriends. Aphrodite is my friend, but I don't think she's into it. But
Yeah, you gotta have a particular kinds of relationships.
and I
with
used to
people
have
that-
other
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
girlfriends like that, but like it was like every time after the show, Copus had to like go work in the office at the cult.
Yeah, we almost had a
And-
few. Unfortunately, they just didn't work out. I
Yeah.
actually had to like go edit the fucking video, and then I got pulled out of some threesome situations. It was unfortunate.
And then I just went to my room by myself. That's how that. It was
Well,
okay.
you would get drunk with everyone, but not fuck anyone.
No, never.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
fine.
do that. Unless I got paid, but that wasn't
Word.
there for anything. But I think if like I'm making more money, I would buy some really attractive call girls and have them come over for a night of fun and then send them on their way. Huh. I would do that for us. I mean, that's something that
I would appreciate it.
I would like to do. I would like to have that with Copus.
I don't know why that's so funny.
I'm serious though. Like
I would appreciate this. Yes,
I would, because here's the thing. I think the mistake that people make is they
bringing friends
in is the problem. Like if you have a business situation with someone, because I was that person now. Remember, I was a person that would show up for these kind of gigs, and it was never offensive because I just like people never were mad at me. Nobody's wife got mad at me that paid for that or girlfriend or whatever because they were just like, hey, can I hire you to come over and have sex with my husband and I? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. You know, she's pretty, he's cute. Okay. Or he's not that cute, but okay. Or whatever. Right. And then you just go home. Like there's
and I can see that being so much better for a relationship too. You know, because then it's just like I didn't fuck this stranger. I felt like I was like this was a conscious decision that we all agreed upon because it's a particular fantasy of ours instead of like we were drunk and fucking everybody.
Right.
And then
right. Then it goes to shit. That can go south real quick.
And then no matter who you are, I mean, it's hard, especially when with matters of the heart, to not harbor a bit of resentment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think if you get a professional and they go home and that's it. That was it was a
there's an emotion removed from the situation.
Right. If
you're on vacation and you know you're not going to really go back
if you're
to
a
that
traveling
place.
person.
That's a good point,
If you're
then
traveling,
you have like, you meet someone at the hotel. You're having like cool chemistry. Hey, maybe we can all just take our clothes off and then,
in Miami. I'm fantasizing about in Miami. I love Miami.
I was thinking Hollywood, just beautiful.
Either way, it's going to cost me a lot of money, so you know, shit.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's very expensive.
Okay, so we all have the fantasy of some glamorous place having a threesome.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
So, Travis, I want to hear about you. We were here doing the Kill Tony recap show a couple weeks ago.
Good show. I'm sure you guys know if you're watching this.
And
we have fun at least.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm having fun right now.
Yeah, no, this is a good show.
It's great.
But you had mentioned that you were born with something with your pituitary gland.
Yes, I have hypopituitarism is what it's called medically.
Hypopituitarism.
Yeah, hyperpituitarism is what Andre the Giant had.
Yeah.
In other words, that means his pituitary gland just kept spitting out testosterone and human growth hormone, and that's why he had that big fucking forehead. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like that's actually a condition, and that's why they accused Peyton Manning of taking human growth hormone because his fucking forehead got bigger and bigger. But if you look at the pictures, he's just his hairline's receding. Like.
So do you take any HGH?
Not anymore. No, I don't. I don't need to anymore. You're only really allowed to take HGH. I did it from 14 to 16. And then they took me off of it, and then I got to 5'4". 5'6", and I was that height until illegally you can't start synthetic testosterone replacement until you're 18 because they can't.
Oh wow!
Which sucks because men hit puberty at 13.
Yeah,
and she fucking.
I was a late bloomer though. I mean,
so you hit.
Which is probably why we both look so young. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
given our age, because it's. But kids that develop early, like I've got a buddy who he was shaving at 13. And he looks like fucking hot garbage.
Peak early,
He's aged like cheese. I was like, motherfucker, you look 45 and we were both 28. I was like, you.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Damn, that sucks. Well, that's just like athletes. Sometimes I forget when I'm watching any professional sports. And I'm like, that kid is 23 years old.
Yeah, it's wild.
And he looks like a grown-ass fucking 35-year-old man. Like
like LeBron James, like when he was in his peak, he looked so old. Like you're like 38 or no, he's 23.
You have to be an early bloomer to be a sports guy because it's like I'm bigger and stronger now, but that doesn't help me when you're 16 years old. You know.
Yeah, when you're in junior high and there's like grown men, and then you're like the young, like undeveloped kid. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah. And I was 4'7" my freshman year.
Okay.
Because it's like I hadn't started because it's
When did your voice like deepen?
Dude, not until after high school, really. Like I think my voice got a little bit lower, but I know the first time someone noticed it. it was a year after I graduated high school, and I went to the gas station, and a lady friend of mine was working at the gas station. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she was just like, "Jesus!" Like, she like literally said out. She was like, "What happened to your voice?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" You know, you don't notice
That's
your own
like
voice
tits
changing.
for like a guy.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, "When did you become a man?" I was like, "Hey, fuck you." But it's true. I mean, because when I was a graduate of high school, then from 18 and until she saw me again, 19, I was taking synthetic testosterone.
Yeah.
So I was literally hitting puberty as an adult.
Did it feel good?
Wow, were you jerking off a lot?
Dude, like a spider monkey on cocaine. It was
older like that, because usually I think
crazy.
men do it when they're young.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I still went through that phase when I was younger too. You know, like as all kids around 13, 14. It's like I had enough testosterone in your body, and also because it's like a lot of people don't realize testosterone is released not only from your pituitary gland but from your bowels, like a little bit of.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's so you get a little bit from each area. But like I had enough, like a minute amount of testosterone, enough to have a sex drive, kind of. But still not like enough. And then when I'm 18, you know, grown fucking, or an adult at least, taking synthetic testosterone, it is so much worse than when you're 13 because you're bigger.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to do adult things, and you're going through.
Oh, my God. Being around, like, young women at that age must have been fucking.
Yeah, that was
show.
probably
you had
like
a boner
crazy.
Full time, huh?
Dude, it sucked, man. Like, I mean, even though my ex fiance who cheated on me, you're a hoe. Always. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You live in my house rent free, still cheated. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not bitter. She did have to deal with those 3 years almost.
Yeah.
Of me just fucking going nuts, man. Like,
sure.
Jesus Christ.
It fucks with your emotions too.
Yeah, and I felt bad because it's like, dude, I'm pretty. Most people consider me a pretty chill, even-keeled guy now.
Yeah.
But if you're going through fucking puberty emotions at 18,
steroids,
19,
shit.
and literally like you're starting to develop more muscle mass, like you fucking just get angry, man. Like, dude, sometimes I would just fucking leave. I would just like walk outside because you're too big to be feeling this way.
Yeah.
Like the best thing about 13-year-olds is you can be like, fucking get the fuck, like, you know, they get emotional or they get uppity. But when you're a full-grown adult, like, yeah, you got to take a walk. A lot of the time. So it was weird.
That's crazy.
And because of that, I have more empathy for women than a lot of guys can, because I would do the shots at first of testosterone instead of doing the cream stuff that I switched to. The cream kept it nice and consistent, right? More consistent than any male's testosterone, because mine was synthetic instead of your brain producing it, which sometimes is infrequent, right? Or inconsistent. And when I was doing the shots, they would dissipate after 2 weeks, and I didn't have to go in to get another one until 2.5 weeks, right? That's kind of the regimen. So there would be a 4-day period.
You must have been
where I
crying.
literally was having essentially like period-esque fucking, or like, why did my nipples would get sore, like that kind of shit. Because what happens when your body testosterone lowers as a male, it ups your estrogen, which, by the way, fuck you, body. That's stupid as shit. Why would you do that? So it
what is that?
I don't know. I've looked into it, and they do not know why that happens.
Is that what happens to us when we get on our period? I don't even know, but does our estrogen level?
Your bodies are dumb as shit. The way your hormones function, I really tried to figure out, because I've looked into this so much.
We're all out of whack. I already know.
I can't even. Like, that's my biggest argument with religion, when people say they think there's what's the term? Like a design.
Divine intelligence.
Yeah. Or creationism and stuff like that. It's like, if this is planned or this is your design, you should go back to the drawing board.
Well, I think God's a comedian. That's what I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, I really do.
I like that.
I was my best acid trip or mushroom trip. I don't really remember.
Mushrooms.
But, one of these psychedelic experiences I had recently, like a big epiphany, like when you feel like you know something.
Right,
it's like,
right.
yeah, God, it's a joke. Life is a joke. I don't know if God's a comedian, but I know life is a joke.
Oh, for sure.
Or at least mine is. I don't know. Maybe some other people have lives that are not jokey, but mine's a joke.
I think that makes you a better person when you can believe that life is either a ride or literally like or a what's a simulation. That's a lot of people think that now.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Meh.
maybe not simulation, but if you don't take it that seriously, then I think you come off less as a fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because it's just like little things don't matter as much. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
I just try not to hurt people's feelings on purpose. I mean,
Right.
unless I'm on stage, then I probably will hurt your feelings on purpose. But
or you do your
like in
WWE podcast.
real life, yeah. In real life, I try to be nice to people, and then I also try not to do things that are gonna put me inside jail. And then that's my only fucking real rules.
I don't like to hurt people's feelings either or offend people, but I think I do sometimes. Even though I really don't mean it, it's just like I think I come off kind of harsh. But I've been through a lot of shit, and I just don't have time for nonsense. I
do feel bad sometimes because it's like I'm fairly blunt, and a lot of people that it really hurts their feelings, you know.
Yeah.
And you can't really blame them, I guess.
Well, I think they need thicker skin.
Fuck those people.
That's kind of just
Fuck those people.
Don't come to a comedy show and then try to say like you offended me. You know, that's a bit.
Well, that's
extra.
That's dumb.
In the world of comedy, I'm so protective of this particular craft that nothing is too fucked up to say on stage if it's funny.
Or if you fuck up and it's not funny, can you get another chance to try to make it funny?
Yeah. Or in that case, it's like when I hated that someone recorded Louis C.K. for doing that bit about the kids from high school. Because it's like I could feel in his voice and the way he was saying it. It's a bit he's literally working out. And then also what they never acknowledge is the fact that the whole audience is laughing loudly.
Yeah.
So it's
I thought it was funny.
Oh wait,
Even
on the one we
it's,
just saw,
premature, or the one we
The
just listened
audio
to.
we just
someone
listened
fucking
to.
recorded,
Yeah,
yeah.
what happened? So did people get mad about it?
Yeah.
Really?
You should have watched the news article. That's what the news story, which pissed me off so much. It's this.
I saw that first.
That
That's what prompted me to go
fucking-
find the audio.
Oh, I didn't see any of that. I just listened to the audio.
The fucking guy is such a. I mean, journalists live in a cushy, friendly world where it's full of lies. Essentially, like everyone is. They try to be as nice to each other as possible. No one speaks very bluntly. Everyone tries to be polite, and they don't hear harsh shit.
Yeah.
They don't hear comics say true things that are very hurtful and very fucked up a lot of the times. You know what I mean?
Right.
So because of that, like when they hear something like, "Wow, I can't believe he said that." Like that was pretty much his reaction.
Meanwhile, some of them are like real pieces of shit. Like that guy Torre, who was like the journalist for the R. Kelly.
I survived R. Kelly. Yeah,
he's out there just fucking telling makeup artists, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. Hey, girl."
Yeah, hey,
That
this
he's
is
using
really happening.
Yeah, can I come over here and suck on my dick? Like while he's like getting makeup done,
damn.
It's fucked
Sliding
up.
into their DMs, and the girls calling him, "All right, Harv," like Harvey Weinstein, and he's
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty
And
disappointing.
then he's like looking like some kind of distinguished gentleman on that show. It's like fuck you.
you
I'm
were
never
doing
reading
it.
That's how a lot of
word
people
that
try
you
to
ever
present
write.
themselves.
It's
Sometimes the more professional you present yourself, the more I wonder how fucked up you are.
Yeah, you're probably pretty sleazy.
Yeah.
I work with a bunch of professionals. You know, these fucking guys.
Dude.
90% of my customers were professionals.
Of course.
Right?
Seriously,
Yeah,
I know
I know.
so many lawyers
Yeah.
and doctors and dentists.
Oh, I
And-
bet, yeah. Do you think? I mean, obviously you're a particular expert in the craft.
I'm like a wizard, yeah.
I 100% believe we should legalize prostitution for the way Australia did, especially like.
Oh, I'm 100% for
Yeah,
legal prostitution.
and drugs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the
100%
oldest profession in the
regulated,
world.
dude.
It's been
Yeah.
around since Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we won't have sex trafficking or fucking the
Yeah.
any problems in Mexico. You know what
Because
I'm saying?
then, if you could,
Well, here's the
and
thing:
it
we won't
reduced
have a
divorce
lot.
by 25%.
We won't have as many
Yeah.
problems in general.
Yeah,
And
because like we wouldn't have as many. I guarantee you, if these fucking poor crazy people that are shooting places up could just get laid and it not be culturally unacceptable, if it wouldn't be have a taboo behind it, then they'd like.
it's like porn industry, you know. If you're tested properly, if you're doing things, if two people are consenting, and if everybody signed up for the gig, they know what they're getting into. Then it's
Right.
a business transaction, and nobody's offended. If you
But
run
dude,
around,
there's that stigma on it though is the biggest fucking thing for a lot of people. I feel.
I don't
which is
know
silly.
what
and if
that's
you like
about.
make coke legal, then that's gonna create a whole lot of jobs. There's a lot of people that are doing that anyway, and they get thrown inside prison for it. And don't start me on the prison system that we got here inside this country, the land of the free.
And you know, man, until I had a guy really break it down for me, like I didn't really understand how systematic it was in enslaving, or essentially putting black people behind bars and stuff like that, and how the laws have been written to like very specifically target black people and hippies essentially.
Yes.
Hippies is a big thing. Not that there's that many hippies around anymore, but
there was a time when there was, and LSD was a popular drug, and that became Schedule 1, where you could basically go to prison for a lifetime because you wanted to open your mind up a little bit.
And that's so crazy to me, just especially having done LSD a couple of times, like, or a good amount of times, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I've done other drugs that I'm like, this should be illegal or more illegal in their eyes, for sure, than LSD.
Like all the pharmaceuticals.
I agree.
That the painkillers that you were addicted to. Those are
that stuff should be
ridiculous drugs that don't help you.
Yeah, like I get
the Band-Aids.
Yes, and you're right, and it's like I get why opium is such a powerful thing, because it's like that's something that should be given to people in just the worst cases of pain. It's like, where the point, it's like there's no pain management here. This is you've got a dead nerve and it feels like your leg's on fire all the time.
Absolutely.
That's horrendous.
Which is real things, and then you've got well, like Dr. House, if you ever watched House, he was literally missing a muscle, like, so it's like he was just in perpetual constant pain.
Oh, he took a lot of pain pills.
I know. I was watching that show while heavily addicted to Vicodins as well, and so I was just like,
that's like doing meth and watching Breaking Bad.
Woo! You can't stop thinking about it. But yeah, it's most things should be, especially like I feel like even cocaine would be less dangerous if there was just a bunch of fucking scientists had lab coats on and we're just like, you could buy this gram for 100
or
bucks.
If it was just sold for what it is, it's an accessory drug that you're supposed to take while you're drinking, so you could drink a little bit more. Sell it at the bar with a shot,
or have weird threesomes or fun threesomes. And weird. It makes you feel
or do
really
some gay shit, because that's what happens too. You get gay when you do a lot of cocaine. That's why I don't do too much. I ain't trying to suck a dick.
Oh, yeah, do too much cocaine.
I don't know. Meth can turn you gay too.
Yeah, that too.
The meth is I accidentally did meth.
No.
I didn't think
Did it
is
burn?
what I was doing it. Yeah, because I did a line of it.
That's how you could only accidentally do it if you sniff it. You know if you're
Yeah. Like if someone goes, "Hey,
smoke
smoke this coke," what? Like, I'd be very confused. But I did a line and well, it feels too good. Me and
It's a
Abraham were
great,
talking about this
fun
because he was
drug.
addicted to meth. It was like. And the level of horny you get is surprising to me. You really kind of go like
the creativity level on it too, even though whether or not it's good material, it's a lot of material happening really quick.
It's like, wow, this is even more so than coke for sure.
Yeah, definitely more than coke.
I didn't get I don't know if it didn't. I did a lot of like artwork, like art projects, I guess. More so, but I only did like little tiny lines every day just to curb like my appetite, or I don't even know what I was up to. I was still drinking a bottle of vodka.
Willpower too.
I smoked some on the weekends and had a great fucking time and stayed up all night with my friends.
I've never
I didn't
smoked
know a
it.
lot of people that did it because I was at a party. I didn't know this guy, and he was laying out lines for people. I mean, didn't tell anyone it was meth. I'm like, bro, a little heads up. We're at a fucking farmhouse. You know what I mean? Like.
That's sneaky guy.
Yeah, but to be fair, though, that was one of the best parties I've ever been to.
Want to know something really fucked up that I've done? I'll tell you.
There's
guys.
a lot of great times that happen on meth. It's just a fucking reality.
That's why so many people do it.
I did something really,
yeah.
really fucked up. Speaking of giving it to somebody and they didn't even know it. I was at a really, really bougie house in Newport Coast.
Yeah.
With people that did a lot of cocaine.
No.
And I decided to sprinkle some meth in their shit.
Damn. Well, that's how you have a really good time.
Yeah.
So
that's how you loosen
I've
up
done it.
people
I've
on
done
the
it.
Newport Coast.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
Not nice.
Great.
I know. I was, we make mistakes.
Hey, sometimes you sprinkle meth on some cereal. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
No, I put it right in their cocaine. I was like, oh,
I love
see
the
if
idea
they
of
do
somebody
this.
being so wealthy they just have the cocaine out. Like,
oh, they bought it by the ounce.
that's so fucking gangster to me. Like that just seems so.
Yeah.
I only went to one house that was like really super wealthy like that, and he said, "Oh yeah, if you want any cocaine, it's on the mirror." And he said it so nonchalant. I was like, "Excuse me." And then like there's just this giant mirror table
Filled with cocaine.
and it was just a pile of it, and I was like,
I would have never like
just being
went
a poor
home.
dude.
I would have just like slept there.
I was there for too long.
I did
I mean,
sleep there. I used to
unacceptable
sleep
amount of
over
time,
there.
Probably, if I'm
That's
being
the
honest.
weird part. I used to sleep over there too. Yeah, you don't leave when they're buying
Yeah, but they
cocaine
got-
by the ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
call it sick.
champagne.
Yeah. I want to be like, hey guys, I got plans for the next 3 days.
This
so
is
I'll-
how weird. So I sometimes feel like my life is so fucking weird because that was my job. That was my
Yeah,
job.
cool job.
I mean, yeah, your life is definitely. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like saying weird for most things because it's just like you just have a unique perspective, and that's so cool.
I
Like,
guess.
you draw from something that most people will never experience, have
Never.
never seen. Like it's awesome. Like I'm very fortunate in being a comic that like, man, I'll see and hear shit that no one will hear. You know, other than like a select tiny bit
Right.
of people.
yeah.
It's so neat. Like especially being here in LA and just being able to fucking go to the Comedy Store
Sure.
and walk by legends. You know,
It's the only place I feel normal. you
Dude,
know?
fucking preach. I like that. That's fucking true. That's why like I've created a mini feel here where it's like this is home, blah blah blah. But it's something
the
about going to the
same
store.
thing. I mean, to me, you're right. Being around that energy in the store, it's amazing. But being here or being at the store, I get that same feeling of like, all right, I belong. This is it's okay to be myself.
Yeah.
I can show my colors. It's
Yeah.
you know.
And like the word, like people, yeah, and people are gonna appreciate it. And if they mock it, mostly the times anyone mocks you in the comedy world, it's because
They like it.
you,
like
right?
it.
Yeah.
Like if people don't like you in the comedy world, they you get a lot of that. You know, you get
What
a lot
is
of
the
they
look?
just,
I
they
don't-
just go the.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. It's like when you have a really bad set and a friend doesn't want to make
Yeah.
eye contact with you. And you're just like they're gonna give you the.
Oh.
Look away. That's the worst
Oh
feeling in the
no,
world.
he's
by the
gonna
way.
want to talk about his bad set. I'm out of here. I got shit to do. Yeah.
It's like a disappointment face. Is what it is a lot of the time.
I don't know much about that yet. But I'm starting.
Your
I'm
second time
learning.
was incredible, by the way.
Thank you, Travis. You don't have to say that just because you're my
Dude.
friend.
No, I don't say. I would just not talk about it. Be like, oh, you went on stage. Wow, I don't remember that. So when we gonna?
That's pretty ballsy too of you, Erica. Come do your set for the second time ever, and then like go do a podcast
Yeah,
with the guy
where I
that
could,
runs
like-
the spot.
yeah, I could be like,
Jesus,
well, listen,
the balls on this bitch.
Why?
Good point. I never even thought about it. Like,
Is that ballsy? I don't know. What's the difference?
no, that's a funny perspective.
I
on
just
it, though.
figured like, oh well, if I do shitty, and I will do shitty, I'm sure, you know. And then I just figured like, whatever. Travis is our friend. I like him. We're gonna talk about Travis and
I
his
could at least
shit
make you feel
anyway. It
better
doesn't
afterwards.
matter. I just didn't
Let's
think
end on
of,
a high note.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, there you go.
I was nervous and everything and stuff. And I told Ken, I was like, oh, I'm really nervous. I'm like embarrassed or I don't know. And what if I do bad and I might and all this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, well, it's only 5 minutes of my life.
That's a good point. That's a good way to look at it.
Right? So what if I've done
Here's
way
the thing,
worse
though,
for
Erica.
longer than 5
The
minutes.
story's not going to change whether you tell it correctly or you just, fumble your words. You still got the story. It's still
And the
something
story-
that happened.
Yeah,
That
and it is
is
a
true.
story that is
And it's
a
real.
motherfucker.
Yeah. And
Which
she's
is
got
good.
like 100 of those. So as long as she puts
I
the
do.
effort in,
I do.
in 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
you're going to be fucking killing it.
Again, like
Thank
that's
you.
why I never like say any particular life is weird. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have weird lives, but it's like that. You just have a perspective that if you just tell, not even normal people, even a room full of comics is like, whoa, we've all done weird shit.
Yeah.
And then so would you go tell it in front of a group of people from the middle of the country that work in cubicles or on farms, and they go, holy shit, like they're gonna freak out.
I know.
Like,
I feel like such a virgin when I'm around like Erica, like such like a like a sweet guy. Like it's so cool. It's like, oh, I get to be like a sweet guy again. It's so like so nice.
You're the sweetest guy.
Yeah, it's cool. Like that's why I'm like I do have that feeling with her. Like, oh, like I'm a teenager and stuff because
Awesome.
all my fucking horrible shit that I've done, I could just tell her. And she's like, meh.
Really?
It's really cool, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's kind of nice.
Anyone who wants to tell me anything horrible that they've done, I'll probably be like, that's okay. I mean,
By the way, I'm the same way. I've heard tons of horrible shit that
Yeah.
Erica's done. I've witnessed some of it.
Oh,
and I'm just like, oh, really? Did you have to do that shit?
yeah, he has heard a lot of my shit. And
That's good though. That's not like
actually, Ken's the one that, Copus is the one that encouraged me to get up on stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
I told him a long time ago I wanted to try stand-up when we first met, but then he's been encouraging me to do it. And
by encouraging you, just meaning I stole your idea and I did it first for a few months, and then you're like, hey, that was my idea. I need to get on stage now.
no, but I don't think like that part. I think like you're just like, come on, let's do an open mic. Come on, just do it. Just do it. You're
Yeah.
going to be good. Just do it. And he gave me the courage to do it because I was
Good.
scared. I didn't know, but which is weird. And one of the things he said to me is, really, this coming from the girl who got naked in front of people? This coming from the girl who's like,
You know what?
sucked
That's
dick for
such
money?
an interesting point because it's like, I can't believe like I was terrified when I did my first set, but at the same time, like when people go like, I can't believe how comfortable you are on stage when they just because I've been doing it for so long, and I'm like, well, I think that like time makes it go away, but like I guess my original point is like I've had dudes who are fucking like Marines and
Yeah.
gotten Purple Hearts and shit. They're like, I don't know how you get up there, man. Goddamn, you gotta be brave. And I'm like, you
What?
you
Yeah.
you had a grenade go off beside you. What the fuck? And you still got up and picked a guy up and then ran him down the fuck. I was like, what are you talking about? Brave. But that's just a testament to how much people are afraid of public speaking.
Yeah.
And the judgment of the crowd is so terrifying to people. And I
Bizarre.
get it because that's like a tribalism thing. You know what I mean? It's like we all want the tribe to accept us. And if we go in front of the tribe and present something, and the tribe goes "fuck you," then that's soul crushing. It's the feeling of like your entire world hates you,
Yeah.
Yes.
especially in that moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
There is that
Well, I
feeling.
don't know. When you're butt naked and someone flicks lit cigarettes at you or throws quarters at you, that's pretty bad.
You mean last Tuesday?
You know what I'm saying? So you're
No,
out
no,
there
you're-
spreading your vagina and they're like,
Never
oh,
had-
big
can't
pussy lips or, meaty pussy. Oh, ugh. And they get off
Yeah.
the stage at you. That doesn't feel good either.
I can't
Now you're
remotely imagine.
you're extremely exposed and you're
I
like,
know. I just wish I had thinner pussy lips and people would stop yelling at me.
but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what the point is to that. Maybe I just got
No,
that
that's
idea.
that's fucking A.
Why am I worried about
What's
going
your
on
worst
stage?
experience on stage, Travis?
Yeah, what's your worst?
I can't even really call it a stage. It was a show.
Sure.
The guy said he was just one of these guys who kept billing himself as a biker comedian, but really he was a guy who was going through a midlife crisis, who rode a bike, who started hanging out at this place called Rascal Flats, a bar in Ohio, a huge biker bar in Ohio, like a legendary biker bar in Ohio.
Yeah.
I've heard of that bar, I think.
It's insanely
the
famous.
band.
I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry, not Rascal Flats. Was Jackass Flats is what they
Oh,
call
okay.
it. Sorry.
I'm like-
I apologize to both Jackass Flats and Rascal Flats for that.
I just thought it was a band, a
I-
bar
yeah,
that was
bar-
named after the band.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay.
Right, so Jackass Flats, and they so this guy apparently made a deal with a Minion, and I don't mean the tiny yellow people. I mean a biker gang. In other words, the gang that would go head to head with the Hell's Angels.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Yep.
have a huge sect in parts of Ohio. So we get to this fucking dirt road that looks like, and we're like, there's no way this is the way to go.
Oh, shit.
And then it is the way to go. So we've already driven an hour and a half into nowhere. And then we get off the fucking road onto the dirt road. We had to drive 2.5 miles into the woods. And then we get to this fucking place, and it is like a Legion Hall, basically.
Yeah.
But a Legion Hall ran only by bikers, and so there's tanks in the front of it.
Oh, shit.
Like there's, oh my God, crazy stuff, man. Every guy there was wearing no shirt, leather vest.
How'd you get invited to it?
This guy, he ended up, what the fuck was this guy's name? Doesn't matter. But he was a notorious liar.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't really get any actual biker context. And then he somehow found like this guy was coming to Jackass Flats who I guess was kicked out of the Minions, but somehow was able to get him this show. So it was an anniversary party. I don't even know what the fuck the party was for. But we also were not the right demographic for this show.
Oh.
Neither would any demographic be right for this show. And it's like I consider my comedy fairly universal because all I'm doing is talking about my family. Like it's really just about me, and my personality is what sells it. And like, fucking,
I feel for you right now. I can feel what.
Oh shit!
I had to do 30 minutes. I did 10.
Oh.
We get there. It's by the way, it's noon. We were doing a show at noon.
What? That's always
They had been
up.
drinking since fucking 6 a.m. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck these people. Yeah, I know, right?
I already feel you.
And then we get on stage. It was a flatbed trailer. So we got on this flatbed trailer. And
like my worst nightmare, dude.
And it was screaming into the fucking wind, is what it was. I mean, it was just everyone. They're all just staring at you. Outside is terrible already. No actual stage, terrible already. Noon, terrible. And it's every circumstance you could think of that. And it's like a band went on that was playing all morning, and then we went on, and then a band was going to go up and tune and play after we got done. Also, when I walked off stage, this guy was like 6'9", this biggest man, one of the biggest men I've ever seen in my life. Just looked at me and went, "Faggot," and I just went, "Sure, yeah, sure am, okay." And then just walked.
I feel bad.
I'm like, "Whatever you need me to be, buddy." I was like, "Is he flirting?" I'm confused, but but then, dude, the fucking bassist is tuning his guitar for that band, and it's a very old man, right? This guy was like, I don't know, it's fucking 70 maybe, and he just starts telling joke book jokes.
Oh yeah.
And murders. And it hurt me so deep, dude.
Oh my gosh.
We're all up there trying to be as original possible to do all this stuff, and this guy murders with joke book jokes.
Yeah, play towards your audience.
I know. That's what I'm just thinking.
Oh my
like,
God, that's awful, man.
So that
Travis.
was bar none.
Did you exit right afterwards, or did you stay around for the anniversary party?
No, I hope not.
We kind of all started to drink, and then we all felt this feeling of like everyone was kind of looking at us.
Yeah.
Like as in, why are you not gone? Look. And then I kind of like went up to the guy. I was like, yeah, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Is what we're gonna do. I'm basically let us leave. We were in a particular position where if they just felt like murdering all of us,
yeah,
no one would ever found us again. Like no one knew we were doing it. We weren't allowed to promote it.
Shit.
Cell phones didn't work out there. It was a nightmare, man. It was fucking crazy.
This is horrible. That's scary.
Yeah, that's like the premise for a scary movie for sure.
You know what? And like the craziest thing is, while it was happening, like you know the craziest, like I know another comic has said this before. I believe in I Am Comic documentary, but none of us thought to leave until after the show. That's the craziest thing about being a comic. Like all of us, there was no world where any of this would have worked, and we all got on stage and still gave it a go. We still tried.
Oh wow!
We could have just pulled into the dirt road and went, yeah, nah, and just fucking left.
Yeah.
And the show was for free. We did not get paid. It was apparently for charity.
Of course.
Which is the favorite thing to do to open micers. Yeah, come give us a show, entertain a whole group of people for
Hell's
no money.
Angels for free. Yeah, that sounds.
Don't call them Hell's Angels; they'll murder you. They're
Minions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the Hell's
Sorry,
Angels.
sorry.
That's the second time Erica has told me that has put herself in a position where the Hell's Angels might kill you tonight. Earlier, there's another Hell's Angel story where we're gonna kill you.
Oh yeah,
We don't have to talk about
I've
that.
had
But
a few of those.
how long have we
situations.
been going? I'm just curious.
Let's find out.
There we are.
We're an hour and 3 minutes.
I think
Oh,
it's
good.
we've
That was
learned
great.
to.
I barely even knew that hour went by. That was awesome.
I got a little bit of timing in my head because I keep time for a living.
Nailed it.
But thanks, Travis. I feel like I know you a little bit better now.
Absolutely. I feel like I know you guys
Travis,
better too. That
I
was a lot
love
of
you.
fun.
I think you're just
Oh,
so
love you too.
awesome.
Yeah, come here. Come on. All three of us.
What a good snuggle bear.
Yeah, I know. I'm so.
He's a
I'm
good
incredibly
snuggle bear.
cuddly. Oh, thank you guys for having me, man.
And
This is a lot of
genuine.
fun.
It was a lot of fun.
That Minion story
I love that
was
story.
crazy.
Motherfucker, right?
Now my Sonny Barger is going to take back my autographed copy of his Hell's Angels book. I made that mistake. So sad right now.
We'll can edit that part out.
No, we don't do that on our show.
I like that. I like
we
that.
don't
I
do
don't like
edits.
editing stuff out either. It's like, hey, you fucked up.
I fucked up. Right. I don't do that. I was on someone else's show who did do that to my interview, and shame on them.
For shame. For shame.
They cut it. They cut it down to like it was really not cool. So we don't do that. We want to just make it real.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
All right. Are we signing out?
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.